The tournament is halfway done, even though 90% of the teams are out. We are on to the Elite Eight. And I would first like to point out that this is like the first year I didn't fill out any brackets on any contests or anything, because usually I don't win. But this would be the year that I actually should have, because 7 of 8 final Elite Eight teams right. And look, I mean, besides Baylor, I have the West almost all right. So yeah, it's Northern Iowa here. Bad news bears, but anyways, uh, give you the halfway tour. I'll do another video maybe prior to the Final Four, maybe next week. Who knows? Uh, that's what this is about. Just to tell you where you are, where you've been, because probably people don't even care. So, without further ado, let's make this quick. Here are the Elite Eight matchups. The number 1 seed overall is in the Midwest, Katie with Kentucky, going against John, number 3 Notre Dame. Sam J put his eggs in one basket, as he's got number 1 Wisconsin and number 2 Arizona. Sam J will be officially in the Final Four and a top 4 draft pick. The craziest matchup comes from the East, as number 4 Louisville, sponsored by Kyle, is taking on number 7 Michigan State by Kara. By far, these are the two teams you never not bank on in the tournament, and here they are fighting for a Final Four. The South is pretty cut and dry, as number 1 Duke, sponsored by Kara, her second team in the Elite Eight, going against number 2 Gonzaga, JV's last chance at a Final Four team and a top 4 draft pick. So there's your matchups for the Elite Eight, trying to punch tickets for the Final Four and your top 4 draft picks. It's an interesting statistic. All 4 people that got to draft a number 1 seed are still alive, even though only 3 number 1 seeds are alive. And one of them got knocked out before the Sweet 16. So I don't want to hear any of this. They got 16th, they're doing good. No, they just the way it's going. So let's start with predictions. Who's going to punch our tickets? Well, for sure, Sam J is going to be a top 4. He's not going to finish in the bottoms. He's not going to finish in 5 or 6, because he's for sure getting into these Final Four, because he's got both West teams. We'll go then to the East. Kara and Kyle, that's a crazy matchup. Louisville and Michigan State, Rick Pitino and Tom Izzo, 2 people you never want to root out in the middle of a tournament. Yeah, that's a tough one to call. But, let's just say, let's go with Louisville. Down in the South, my bracket, Duke and Gonzaga. Let's just say Gonzaga, because I'd like to get a top 4. I don't want to be the number 5th pick. So, yeah, we'll go with that. And then over in the Midwest, sorry, John, but you're going against Kentucky. And Kentucky is just Kentucky. They have 7 McDonald's All-Americans. They have the greatest team of all time. And they're on the quest for 40-0. Now, do I hope Notre Dame puts up a better fight than West Virginia? It better be, because the 16 seed put up a better shot, better effort than West Virginia. 36-0. West Virginia barely scored 36 points. So yeah, if a team can beat them, it could be it could be Notre Dame. It's not an easy path to any championship. Look at what you have to go through. You're gonna have to go through, Notre Dame, then Wisconsin, Arizona, then Louisville, Michigan State, Duke, Gonzaga. It's a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet of teams. So, and here's to Eric. Eric, your team, once again, did what they do best. Blow leads late in the game. People were asking me, hey, do you fear North Carolina? They're a better team. And I'm like, maybe they have better talent than what Wisconsin does, but I'll give you Wisconsin two things. One, Wisconsin's been there. They've been to this point in the tournament. North Carolina hasn't. And for those who don't think that's important, that's huge. You talk about the Florida team years ago, in 2007 from the 2006. In 2006, they were celebrating. 2007, that was expectations. That's the same now. That's why Kentucky's doing so well. Because it's not just, hey, we're here. It's, this is where we're to be. Wisconsin last year, hey, we're in the Elite Eight. This year, we belong in the Elite Eight. And then two, twice against Duke, they had 10-point leads and they blew them. North Carolina is a team that is notorious for blowing late games. And so, figured there it was. And, I guess, three. Wisconsin's was behind in all 3 games in the Big Ten tournament. 11 with 5 minutes to go in the Big Ten championship game. And they've come back. So this team doesn't play until it's kind of like gun to its head back against the wall. If we don't play now, we're going to lose. Not the best of ways, but so far it's been working. Here are, right now, currently the top 6 teams, or draft positions in the league. So, folks, the top 6 draft picks are not finalized yet. Here's how it's all going to shake out as of right now. In first place, Sam G with 16 points, 2 teams left. 1 team will be eliminated, but is for sure guaranteed 8 points. Number 2, Kara with 15 points. She has 2 teams left, and 2 teams that very well can make the Final Four, making her a tough opponent in the next rounds. Number 3, Kyle, with his luck of UCLA getting him some multiple points that they shouldn't have. He's got 13 points, 1 team left. John comes in 4th with 11 points with 1 team left. In 5th place, JB, 10 points with 1 team left. And Katie is in 6th place right now with 10 points with just 1 team left. But her 1 team is Kentucky, which is going to win it all. So it will get her to the number 1 overall spot. Sorry, Sam. Here are the 6 people that are officially out of the tournament. Well, there's 6 people that haven't been decided. There are 6 people that have. And let's start with number 7, Eric, who finished with 7 points. His lowest seed team was North Carolina State, who was kind of the Cinderella of this tournament so far, as they did defeat number 1 Villanova, which was my team. Number 8, Travis with 6 points. His team that didn't make it to the Sweet 16 was Xavier. Too bad they couldn't win to get him any more points, and they were out. Now, Bob. Bob has 4 points. Bob had 5 teams. Bob has 4 points. You would think somewhere along the lines that would have to include a Sweet 16 appearance. Negative. Bob was 4 for 5 in the first round. So you think he's in pretty good shape. Because he had, look at, number 14, Georgia State. That was an upset. Huge upset to go through. But, no. Bob went 0-4 in the round of 32 to finish with 4 points and to finish in 9th place. How crazy is that? He had 4 teams, and not one of those teams could pull up a victory. I mean, he had number 2, Kansas, and they couldn't pull up a victory. So, congratulations there, Bob. The next group did not make it. Sam B had Butler. Shows you'll be 10th. 11th place finisher, Dana. Welcome to the league, Dana. Your best team was Arkansas. They got you 1 win in the tournament. You had 5 teams, 1 win. Andy, let me give you an interesting stat about this. In 1991, Michigan State was the team that knocked off UWGB, which was Tony Bennett and Dick Bennett's team, right? As they won the first round and got in there. In 2000, when Dick Bennett got Wisconsin to the Final Four, guess who was there? Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans knocked him out. 2014, Tony Bennett's Virginia was knocked out in the Sweet 16 by Michigan State and Tom Izzo. In 2015, guess who was knocked out in the round of 32 by none other than Michigan State and Tom Izzo? That's right, Virginia. So Andy, having a number 2 seed, somehow gets the 12th pick, which is only fitting for him. Not like he was going to do anything with any other pick other than finish in the bottom third of our league anyways. But nonetheless, this is just insult to injury and kind of a fitting way for it to really start this, 7th season with us. Welcome to Fighting for the Dumper, drafting number 12 and 13. There you have it, folks. 2 exciting weekends left to come. After tomorrow, 4 more people will be out. And then after that, we're on to the Final Four and Championship. So, if you're still alive, here's to your team losing to my team. If you're not alive, here's to you drafting a team that's going to lose to my drafted team. Till next year, I'll see you on the Fantasy Gridiron.